Hi everyone. An issue that I come across quite often with students, young singers, is what speed to take a piece of music, what speed to sing it or to practice it. There's various points that I just like to raise, and that might help some of you. When I ask my students, how did you decide on your tempo? Often they say, well, I've listened to this on YouTube, and this is what many singers take, etc. While this is one option and something that, yes, okay to consider, I would advise that you try and make up your mind by looking at the score, at everything the composer has given you, and how the nature of the music. What does the music tell you? This is a more organic way to decide on your tempi, as well as knowing your voice and your ability, depends on your stage of development and how fast you could take a piece. There are obviously challenges of going too fast and challenges going too slow. And so when it comes to singers who are at the beginning of their journey, I would advise to go more for more moderate speeds. As you gain more skill and expertise, then you can allow artistic decisions to come into play. YouTube and the internet wasn't available, obviously, in the past, and so singers and performers from all across the classical music world had to make up their minds according to the score. So, just to show what I mean, here is the first page of Schubert's song Frühlingsglaube. So, as you can see, we have a tempo indication, ziemlich langsam, which means somewhat slow. This obviously doesn't give you a specific speed, but it tells you that the composer doesn't want it too fast or extremely slow, somewhere quite comfortable. The other thing to consider is that we are in 2/4. So you want to have the two beats going on in the background, obviously not pointing to them, but they're going on. So we would have to hear. Now, the other thing to think about is your first phrase. If you could manage the first phrase up to the comma in one breath, that shows you perhaps a speed that would be nice and comfortable. And then the next phrase in one breath. Etc. So, looking at the music itself, the meter, the speed that the composer has written, and often you will see metronome markings, which can, again, give you an indication. You don't always have to be strict about them, but this is a starting point. The second point to consider is working speeds versus performance speeds. They are not the same and should not be the same. When you start learning a piece, obviously it's new to you, to your voice, to your whole mechanism, and so you want to take it at a very, very comfortable speed, slower than what you would choose as a performance speed. As you gain more experience and more confidence and more ability, you can raise the speed to the one that you choose for performance. I would recommend that you keep these two tempi separate. Do not confuse them, like many other habits of performance versus work. And so when you are in work mode, you stop a lot, you fix, you listen, you go back, etc. When you perform, you try and go from the beginning to the end, tell the story in the right tempo, without checking and stopping. Hopefully this helps for some of you.